Whoa, 3 videos in one day, but in fact released separately. Still at the, if you saw the last video, then I'm here at, where am I? Battle of Britain, shouting, Battle of Britain Memorial. See the Spitfire ahead. So what I'm going to do is drive down from here all the way to Denton at the Jackdaw pub, because it has an affiliation with the Battle of Britain, because Christopher Plummer and Susanna York filmed some scenes there. Okay, so there's one thing I want to highlight in this video. You know, quite apart from indicating and hazards and things like that. Can you see what the weather's like out here? It's bleak, it's hazy, there's kind of a mist and a fog. So what that's telling me is the use of lights should be side lights or dipped beam. So there's a white van, no lights. You know, because obviously he ate carrots for breakfast, so he can see. What's that old adage? See and be seen. I remember this from when I was doing my cycling proficiency test all those years ago. The fact that you had to have lights on your bicycle. Because, you know, they don't serve you much purpose on a bicycle, but they let other road users know that you're there. And it's the same principle with a car. You know, if the conditions are not that, you know, if they're gloomy, then you're going to let other people know. Now, I want to highlight the fact that I'll be passing cars that don't have lights on, like this Freelander coming up the hill. I can see him, but sometimes the situation is such that, and there's an Astra, no lights. Sometimes the situation is such that you need to be aware that the car is active. And in Scandinavia, they always have lights on, it's the law. And that lets you know, as another road user or a pedestrian, that that car is active. There's some, you know, it's not parked up. Because if you're just having a quick glance of 2 or 3 seconds, then you're crossing the road, you're having a look, and suddenly you realise, oh, that car's actually moving. Because in the split second it took you to look left and right, it looked like the vehicle was stationary. So we're going up Sugarloaf Hill. Oh yeah, the other point is, if it's this kind of weather, don't rely on the newfangled lighting that is offered in cars, driving lights, because they will illuminate the front, but they don't illuminate the back. So you might think, yeah, my lights are on, but actually the back lights are as important as the front lights. I'm indicating right because I want to go round this roundabout, come off at the other junction. So all these cars in front of me potentially have lights on at the front, but the back of their vehicles don't have the lights on. And it's not particularly bright, so you do want to have your lights on. Oh dear. So I'm driving up on the crawler lane. It's 40 miles an hour. I think this is 50 road. Car decided to overtake but didn't indicate out. So the Focus could have had some kind of reaction. I will indicate into my lane. We'll pass the truck before the road narrows. Indicate back in. So as we get higher, the elevation as I drive up onto the North Downs, the road, the kind of the weather's getting worse than it was down there, as you can see. So while I've been chatting and gassing away, I might not have seen cars without headlights, but I'll certainly have marked them on the screen for you. I'm going left. I think the Focus is going straight across. He's indicating right. and then he's indicated left, so good for him. So as we're going up this hill, another car without headlights on, you can see the 3 vehicles ahead don't have any rear lights. It is rather strange. Certainly at night time, you need your headlights, right? Because you wouldn't be able to see. So in the daytime, they're of no use to you. Audi, no lights. Volkswagen van, no lights. During the day, on a day like today, I'm going on about this, but use your lights. Stick your lights on. Straight across this roundabout, I will indicate off. Passat didn't indicate off. Hawkinge with its roundabouts video up there. I like roundabout videos. We're now in officially winter. Meteorologically speaking, it's winter. I know the 21st is the winter equinox, but as far as the weatherman is concerned, 1st of December is winter. Oh, Mercedes didn't indicate off. What can I see? A white van tucked up. But not potentially coming out. Now, can you see that car okay? You know, is my video blending the exposure and the light and making it, see, when his brake lights come on, boom, he's in your line of sight. But as soon as his headlights go off, it's just another little grey blob in the distance. No, I forgot to indicate off. Raspberry for me. That's a first. I feel gutted. See, I do make mistakes. 40 mile an hour zone. There's a white van moving into the right hand side of the road and then mounting the pavement. I don't know what the etiquette is. You're not allowed on pavements, right? Still doing 40 in this 40 zone. That Mercedes is looking more and more difficult to see. Now, as you're driving along, the lighting changes. You could go through an avenue of trees or something. It will go invisible. You won't see it. Land Rover indicating right. Turning right. Got Suzuki approaching without headlights on. No, Toyota RAV. Entering into a national speed limit, so we can do 60 now. So 40 because we were in a built-up area, and now 60 because it's national speed limit, but it's two-way traffic. So not 70. And the other thing with headlights on a day like this, I can see ahead and I can see oncoming traffic because the light from the headlights is the first thing I spot. And so then you start driving under these avenues of trees. It's a Nissan Micro with no lights. Volkswagen coming out of garden centre. Mercedes turning left. causing me to slow down. Lovely jubbly. Clear road. Right, we've got a hidden dip. Americans call a fool a dip, don't they? I was reminded of that Wizard of Id. Dip in the road. Crest of the hill, I can't see beyond it, so it could be a hazard, but I did know that there was nothing coming. Ford Transit, no lights. Another Ford Transit, no lights. Approaching bends in the road, got a delivery van. Got a school patrol area. Pedestrians liable to be in the road. No pavements beyond this section. Chevrons. Tight bend. It's clearing up. How wonderful. Also no lights. Astra no lights. This next section is where headlights would be really appropriate because it gets dark very quickly because of the avenue of trees. So we'll see if we see any oncoming vehicles that don't have any lights. I've got one car behind me with its lights on. Feels a bit muggy and murky up here. See that? As soon as the lights became visible, you knew there's a car. Look at these colours, aren't they wonderful? I really will have to try and get a proper autumn colour photography session done. Rural countryside. Well, that was a rather pleasant drive. Denton, approaching Denton, so Capel down to Denton. Approaching the village of Denton and entering a 30-mile-an-hour zone. They really want you to know 3 30-mile-an-hour zones, signs, and in the road. Drop it down to 30. Look at these quaint little cottages. And we're arriving at the Jackdaw pub. So I'm going to indicate right. I want to go in here. Now where they've got the benches and the fence in the movie, that was just all a drive, and Christopher Plummer drove his MGA in there. Was it an MGA? I think it was. Or just an old MG. And we'll park here. That is it. That was a strange one, that. It was mostly because I wanted to highlight the, what do you call it, the fact that people aren't using the headlights. Oh dear. That's it for now. See you in another video, and drive with care.